Hey, it's Keith at Shatter Farms, and today I want to talk about probably the single most important thing you can do to take care of your flowers this summer, and that is watering. Um, it's where a lot of mistakes are made, but it's not like some complicated thing. You just got to do it, and you got to learn what your plants want first of all. So some of a hanging basket that has Calibrachoa petunias that get really big and they're out in the sun and out in the wind are going to dry out much faster than a container of begonias or something that's in the shade and doesn't get a lot of sun. So first you got to learn how much water your plants need, and the best way to do that is just by getting in there, lifting up the hanging baskets, see how heavy they are. They should be really heavy. What you need to do is water it good until it's saturated and see how heavy that thing should be when you're done. And then when it gets dry, see how light it is when it needs watered. So make sure it's heavy when you're done. On containers, a lot of them you can't really lift up, but you can stick your finger down in there. You can kind of look. And then if the top of the soil is getting dry, if you poke down a couple inches and it's kind of dry, you need to water them good and water them thoroughly. Um, One of the big mistakes is people just kind of spray things off and think it's watered. Well, it needs to be watered all the way down. And along with that, um, if it rains, a lot of people think, well, I don't need to water that day because it rained. Typically, rain, unless it rains all day long and we get a couple inches, it's not enough to really water your container. So even if it rains, go ahead and water like you would as if it didn't rain. Because trust me, that's probably when a lot of the things get dry, is when it rains and we think we don't need to water. So learn your plants, learn what the shade ones need, learn what your hanging baskets need, and pretty soon you won't have to lift them up every time. You'll just know how often they need water. But make sure you water regular. It will help on preventing diseases. It will help keeping them healthy to prevent insect problems. Healthy plants are much more resistant to all those issues later in the summer. So keep them watered. And if they do dry out, one more thing, if they do dry out and you water your hanging baskets and the water just runs right through it, go back about 10 minutes later, water them again. 10 minutes later, water them again. Keep watering until the basket's really heavy again, and it should come back as long as it hadn't dried out too bad. So keep them watered, keep them happy. You'll be happy, and we'll see you next time.